Hey, welcome to class. Let's get started in standing. Yeah. So come to the center of your mat, feet about hip width distance apart. Uh, now, soften through the soles of your feet. Now you can even slightly bend your knees. Relax your hips and shoulders. Soften your belly. Look forward. And you soften your gaze here. Bring all the tension to or all your awareness in between your eyebrows. And breathe there. Find all the attention there. Just focus. Allow your body to use your breath to move you, for your body knows what it's capable of. So, and it's capable of holding, storing, and using the breath to vitalize itself. So with that being said, inhale, bring your biceps by your ears, spread the fingers wide, root down through the soles of your feet, squeeze your quads and squeeze your glutes. Lift long through the spine. And on your inhale, lift your chin up. Look up through your hands. Reach back. Look back. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Allow your shoulder blades to separate apart as you bring your thighs and chest together. Relax the back of the neck. And on your inhale, lift up, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Suck the lower belly and shrug the shoulders away from your ears. Look down to the mat. Find a breath here. Then lower hands, knees, and chest, and chin to the mat for your cobra. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips down to the mat, point through your big toes behind. Use your inhale to lift your chin and your chest up. And exhale. Press the mat away for your downward facing dog. Now, press through your index and thumb, right? So that you're not pressing any weight into your wrists. You want long, straight arms here. Release the lower belly and then feel the stretch along the back of the legs and thighs. Maybe your heels come to the mat or maybe they don't. Whatever they do, allow yourself to feel that stretch along the back of your legs. Release any tension in your lower belly and breathe. Now, bend the knees. Look forward. Exhale. Step forward. Look. And then hang up. Forward fold. Inhale. Lift up. Reach up. Look up. Look back. Exhale. Dive forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Flat back. Long spine. Exhale. Lower. Knees. Chest chin to the mat. Inhale. Cobra. Squeeze the glutes. The chest. Exhale. Down. Find your breath. Press the mat away. Lower the heels. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or step forward, forward, forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Look up, reach back, look back, push it forward. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, lower. Knees, chest, chin to the mat. Slither up for your cobra. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, down. Release the lower belly. Soften your breath. Find the shape in the posture. Now, inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop or walk forward, forward. Inhale to stand all the way up through your mountain. Reach arms long and straight up to the ceiling. Spread your finger toes, your fingertips and your toes. Nice. Now lower the arms so that they're parallel to the mat. Come back a little bit. Now, for awkward series, let's bring the hips down to the mat. Root through your heels. Thighs parallel to the mat. Engage your inner quads. Really squeeze them. Lift the chest up. Spread the shoulder blades apart so you can reach through your fingertips. Find your breath here as you sit a little bit lower. Distribute your weight equally. And now find your breath to stand all the way up. Keep your arms where they are. Now lift your heels up. Press through your big toes. Now stand up tall. Suck the lower belly in. Release the shoulders away from your ears as you bend the knees. Bring the hips down to the mat. See how low you can go as you continue to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Suck the lower belly in. Engage your inner quads. Lift your heels up just a little higher. And stand all the way up. Release the heels down. But keep your arms where they are. Now, this last one. Rotate your thighs inward. Rotate them inward like this, like you have to use the bathroom, right? And press your thighs together, knees together. Keep your arms nice and long. Suck your lower belly in. Hit heels up off the floor and lower your hips down. Nice. Mind your breath here. You got it. See how low you can get. Continue to look forward. Squeeze the thighs together. Squeeze the thighs together. It's okay. You know, this is where you find the wobbles to challenge yourself, right? You know your resistance. And then use your breath to stand all the way up. Continue to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release the heels down. Release the arms by the sides. Nice work. So, inhale. Lift all the way up. Look up, reach back, look back. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, long spine. And then exhale, plant the hands down. Bring the knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale for your cobra. Exhale for your downward. And let's come to frog. So bring both knees to the mat. And I'm going to turn to you, but you can keep facing forward. I'm looking to the right side of my mat. Start to spread your knees apart and walk your hands underneath your shoulders. And then maybe you start to now walk forward, right? And as you walk your hands forward, start to feel the length of your spine as you bring your forearms down to the floor. Right? Knees continue to spread apart. Now your hips are in line with your knees, so they should not feel anywhere out of place. Release the lower belly. Continue to allow your breath to sink you a little bit lower. This posture helps align the chakras from the root all the way to the crown. Here you release the pelvic floor here. Release the lower belly. Relax the shoulders as you sink a little bit lower. Maybe the front of your pelvis comes to the floor, but you want to keep the chest or the spine nice and low. Continue to sink a little bit lower. release. Come back to your downward facing dog. Downward. Now, bend the knees. Swing your legs long up in front. Bring your ankles and toes come to touch. Lift your arms up long overhead. And then use your breath to come to grab your toes. For a seated forward fold here. All right. Now, the idea is to bring your chest to your thighs. If your legs are not straight, meaning that they're bent, continue to keep your spine nice and long. But if you have straight legs, don't round down. Lower your spine to be flat onto the tops of your legs. This continues to work from the root to the crown of your head. Release the lower belly. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Relax the back of the neck. Kick your heels forward if you can. And release. Now, bring your hands, your wrists by your hips. Fingertips point towards the front of the mat and place the soles of your feet into the mat. And on your exhale, lift up for your reverse tabletop. In this reverse tabletop, squeeze your glutes up to the ceiling. Right? Press through the inner arches of your feet to engage the inner thighs to help with the lift of the hips. Release your head in between your shoulders. Really feel the long hair in the spine. Right? And release. Bring your hips down to the mat. Extend your legs long. Bring it back onto the mat. And then somersault your hips over your shoulders for your shoulder stand. Maybe you can use your back, so your bicep, tricep, as a kickstand. Yeah, there we go. As a kickstand to lift your hips up higher with your palms. Now you can bend your knees, bring your knees to your forehead, toes over your head, foot plow. And release. Extend the legs long for your final savasana. Toes peeled out to the corners of the mat. Hips sinking to the floor. Shoulders and wrists sunk into the floor. Back of the neck, spine, all into the floor. Back of the skull, pressed into the mat. Soften your muscles. Soften your calves. Soften the bottom of your feet. Soften your thighs. Soften your belly. Soften your pec muscles. Soften the shoulders, fronts of the neck. Soften your biceps and forearm muscles. Soften the muscles in the palms of your hands. Soften your jaw, soften your tongue, soften your ears, and even the space in between your eyebrows. Soften everywhere, the back of your skull. Thank you for taking class. Continue to stay soft as I will end class with a ringing of the singing bowl. For you've done such great work. So honor it with one last breath here in this final savasana for this moment, for this time. So wherever you are, exhale all your air out. Inhale deeply. Allow the belly to expand to the top of the lungs. Then exhale.